Welcome to the Really Helpful Club and your Family Matters Conference. And we're delighted to be here at Roehampton Club. Many of you will know that if you've been here before, we've been upstairs in their conference room, which is currently being refurbished into something spectacular. But I think you'll agree with me that the marquee is just so pretty, and I think just really sort of lends itself to the conversation that we're going to have this morning. Now, we know from every conference and every event that we do, there is real magic in the room. And I think it's really special because you need to embrace that magic, embrace everything that you hear and learn, and to enjoy, give yourself over to this morning and enjoy it. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Sarah Austin. I'm the founder of the Really Helpful Club. I'd like to introduce the other members of today's team. Many of you will have met them at the registration desk. So Suzanne Baldwin, Rupal Sheff, and Tina Henderson. Now, if you've got any questions, they know more about the event than I do, so they'll be able to direct you where to go. Now, our thanks to our supporters and our sponsors today, Evelyn Partners, Mishcon de Reya, Vasoak and Trinity Home Care. We're thrilled to have your support and delighted to be collaborating with you, not just today, but going forward as well. Please make sure that you take the opportunity to talk to them about what they do and how they can help you in your lives. Again, you'll know from every conference we do, we love taking photographs. We always video the entire thing. We video the talks as well. If you don't want to be in something, well, of course, you can tell us afterwards, but even better, please try and sort of shunt along, get yourself out of the photograph so we don't have that problem. But I'm sure from before, please just enjoy, smile, and enjoy the day. Now, some of you will have heard this term sandwich generation, being caught up in the middle. And I think it relates to many of us who are juggling the demands of parenting young children, perhaps teenagers, children come back home, perhaps they never leave home in the first place, the commitments of caring for older relatives. And what we know is that healthier lifestyles and better medical care are helping to increase longevity. They're helping to increase life expectancy. And of course, this is great news for all of us, but it does lead to growing pressures on the NHS and of course the social services, and then most importantly, to each and every one of us. And with fewer people having fewer children, this is presenting challenges. And I think it's interesting to note that there was a census done, I think it was last year, and there's now, I think it's over 11 million people living in the UK who are over 65. That's 20% roughly of the population. So now there's more people over 65 than there are under 5. So understanding the challenges of what an ageing population does to us is really important. But what we like to do is sort of turn it on its head and turn it from a challenge to an opportunity. Not be afraid to tackle those conversations, not be afraid to have those talks with one another, but to embrace them and be able to find purpose and be able to thrive at every stage in life. So what are you going to hear today? Well, I love to have a packed room, but it's also really interesting as I see people booking into the event and we invite you along. We kind of want to know who you are and what brings you here, because it's so interesting for us because it allows us to shape these days as we go forward. So you also know I love a good photo op. So think about this. I'm going to get you to put your hands up if you can answer yes to one of these questions. And the great news is you can answer yes to more than one and sort of think positively. So put your hands up if you are juggling the demands of parenting, whether that's young children, teenagers, older children coming back home. Maybe they didn't ever get out of a house in the first place because, of course, finding a house, buying a house is so damned expensive these days. We are now going back to, I think, multi-generational living. So put your hands up if you got one of those. Right, we've got lots of those. Rebecca, good photograph. Put your hands up if you may be managing the commitments of older parents or relatives. There you go, that's good news for the care providers in the room. Anyone preparing for empty nesting, your own retirement or your later years? Okay, great. Okay, this one, I'm expecting a full house. Who wants to look after yourself better, eat better, sleep better, exercise better, handle stress better? Right, here you go. Anyone looking to discover your next adventure? Take advantage of every opportunity in midlife and beyond? And lastly, who's here for a great lunch? And so today is all about finding solutions. It's all about encouraging you to have those conversations across the generations. It's about you taking agency. It's about you investing in you and your family and those who matter to you. And what I love about these events, and we can see this already by the buzz that's been in the room, is you never know who you're going to bump into. There is real magic, there's real energy in the room. So listen with an open mind, embrace it, and use it. So this is a special event with expert speakers and thought-provoking conversations, and we are so lucky to have so many experts in the room. We are going to learn first of all, from our first conversation about exploring longevity, changing the narrative of health and aging. I think that could be an entire conference in itself. We're then going to learn about the changes that couples go through in midlife, the importance of self-care and preparing for life events, some of those planned and many otherwise, and helping us to cope with transition. And then after the coffee break, we are in for a real treat. We are delighted to have Anthea Turner with us.
I wouldn't go that far.
We're setting it up at least, Anthea, isn't it? And so we're in for a real treat.
Yes.
We're in for a real treat. And after we've had that real treat, we are then going to hear from our esteemed panel of all about planning for those later years, getting some of those conversations started. And then we're going to close with a discussion about the opportunities for travel, hobbies, and new adventures. And then we're going to have that delicious buffet lunch. So what we know is the expertise, the resource, the experience in this room is enormous. And please take every opportunity you can to connect with one another, to meet those experts, to absolutely maximize what you get out of today. Because today is for you and it's about you. So before we introduce you to our first speakers, I'd like you to take a couple of minutes to talk to the person next to you, not hopefully the person you came with, but think about those questions I asked you earlier. You know, are you here because you've got children, you've got aging parents, you want to think about longevity, but whatever it is. We're not going to ask you questions afterwards, by the way, so you don't even have to necessarily absorb it. But I think it's a great way of you finding your voice, thinking a little bit about today and sort of just getting into the flavour of today. I will ring the bell in about 2 minutes in an effort to try and keep us on track. So off you go, far away, chat. What I didn't say, but I think I'm a frustrated teacher in some ways, and I have tried ringing a bell at home, but no one in my house ever seems to no one ever seems to listen to that. Anyway, as I said earlier, I hate to interrupt a room full of people who are obviously enjoying the conversation, but you will get an opportunity at coffee and at lunch to carry on. So don't worry. So just a couple of minutes about Really Helpful Club before we hand over. So we are a free network of positive, like-minded, open-spirited people who share their connections, their advice and their knowledge with one another. And as you can probably tell, community is at the heart of everything that we do, and we just love bringing people together. And when I launched Really Helpful Club, I wanted to create a community of positive people, a place where you could connect and where you could share advice with one another. And we have grown into this unique community of over 17,000 people. We're a vibrant and collective community of over 17,000. And we support one another, whether that's in our personal life, in our business life, and in our family life as well. And our community is made up mainly of women in their 30s to 60s facing real life challenges, which we're going to talk about today. We're a supportive network that listens. We're here to help and empower you through those key stages of transition, from those early years parenting that we talked about, from those career breaks to the emotional needs of teenagers, sound familiar? Returning to work, accelerating your career, health and relationship challenges, particularly in the midlife, and juggling the demands of supporting elderly parents. And you need to know that we have a huge wealth of resources, advice and expertise that's available to you, whether that's in our directory of recommended experts, and we have everything from health and well-being experts, life coaches, care providers, some of the best legal and financial minds who are here to help you with your every needs. Many of them are here to help you today. You name it, we've got it. But we also run a program of these events, whether it's our 3 conferences a year, our inspiring workshops, our new power dinners, we find many ways to help you to make those life-changing opportunities. So come and say hello. Be sure to come and say hello to me and the team today. And we hope that you enjoy being part of today and being part of this vibrant community. Now, I want to end my introduction with these two quotes by Helen Mirren, who I think is a great person to emulate. And life doesn't stop. It doesn't stop when you hit a certain age. There'll be more to learn, and there's always going to be more to experience. And I think the key message from today is thinking about your tomorrow is the key to managing your present. Finishing with that wonderful quote from Helen Mirren, remember to plan ahead, get these conversations started, discover the freedom to realise your dreams, control your own future, and live life to the max and be the person that you want to be. Thank you very much.